Hey guys. So last episode, I know I was talking about the breadcrumbing and signs to look out for when a guy isn't actually investing in anything more than like just checking to see if you're there, like something for their own validation or whatever is going on. Like that's not for me to figure out, but um yeah, I just thought it was interesting because going from that to being on the apps and just the complete difference between them is insane. On the apps, well, I'm on Bumble, so um I don't know. I never really had success with that before, but it's actually I'm seeing these guys that are they have the personality and they're like engaging and then just consistency. So those were really great green flags that I was seeing just like in texting on the apps and everything. And I actually had a call with someone. I was a little like, I don't know, like you couldn't really tell from the pictures like what he really looked like. So I was a little, because with that too, you sometimes feel like people are trying to be misleading in certain ways. Um, but yeah, so he actually wanted to have a FaceTime call. So on Bumble, you can actually do FaceTime call, which is amazing because I didn't want to give out my number right away, thankfully. So yeah, and so we did the FaceTime call, and it was really awesome. And I think that's something important to check in with yourself too. Some things I want to discuss is just, okay, if you're in a situation where you're really ready for someone to love you, like you're really looking for that, but you know, if you're just jumping into whatever is coming your way, like I think it's so important to be discerning because I'm actually talking to someone, one of my friends, and it's like it's so clear like she's not happy in the dynamic and all this stuff and I kind of like warned about certain things like with drug use, like okay, a lot of people kind of minimize what weed can actually do to your brain chemistry. I mean, it's limiting your ability to get REM sleep. So, if you're, yeah, I could go on for all the things that she's telling me about this guy that she's so in love with. It's like, oh my gosh, what do you even really love about him? Like, what's so great about him? Like, I don't understand. I'm just not seeing it. And for her, she's so great. Like, she's funny, she's gorgeous, she's athletic, like, and she's super smart and she's driven and like all this stuff. She has great friends. And, um, she's got all these qualities, but then she, which I'm guilty of as well, like just kind of settling for someone, and I think it's just a result of like, okay, it's the first one that came along, and because you're so starved of feeling loved in that way, you kind of you get attached, and then also if you're having sex and bonding prematurely, before you really can discern, like, do I like this person? Like, what happens when they get angry? What happens when something doesn't go their way? How are they managing their stress? How are they operating on a day-to-day basis? Like, if you're jumping in and just bonding yourself to them, like, I feel like that's just like, why? You're just, and okay, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but you know, um, if you're if you're really trying to find someone to settle down with and be serious with, I think it is important to like just wait and just be patient. And I don't know, like, yeah, I'm just not seeing it. Like, because this guy, the way he treats her is like shit. He doesn't take care of her when she's like super sick. He like, and then it's always about him, and he needs to take naps constantly. And then I don't know, and then he's like smoking weed constantly. And it's just like, dude, what are we in, like, freaking high school? Like, I don't know. Like, if that's what you want for your life, okay. But anyways, I went down this rabbit hole. But I do think it's important to like to look at when you do see other people doing these things and making these decisions based on what, because you happen to be in the same pickleball group. And so now you have to force it to work. Like, I don't know. And I just hope that, she can identify, like, what do you really want in a partner? Like, if you're up here and then you're choosing people that are like way down here, it's, yeah, it's only going to bring you down. And I think it's important to notice, like, is this person challenging me in ways where I feel like I'm growing? And is this person receptive to my feedback or my concerns, like when I bring them up in a healthy way? And is this person taking care of themselves? And like, sleep is so important. And if you're like just constantly smoking weed and then napping, I don't know, it's just, and then being ungrateful for her, she's cooking and cleaning and like doing all this stuff, like, because now they moved in and it was just like, okay, lesson learned. Like, I just hope. And then when she's talking to me about it, it's like, I'm telling you, like, I don't see anything good that this guy is bringing to the table. I don't see him benefiting your life. He's literally charging you more than half of his mortgage. And it's like, the list goes on. And the way that he reacts when she asks for help, he's like, has contempt and is like begrudgingly helping her. Like, when I think about my vision, like, I do not want someone to not want to help me if I'm actually asking for help. Like, that's such a shitty feeling. So I can only imagine, the pain and everything that she's going through. And also on her end, I mean, yeah, there's things going on with her as well. Um, but I think just from my perspective, like, if someone was acting that way towards me, like, I think I have enough awareness at this point to be like, well, that's not a dynamic that I'm looking for. Because like, with the breadcrumbing and everything, like, okay, yeah, maybe I like that guy and I had feelings for him, but and I get the pull every time he does send the message, but is this a dynamic that I want to accept? And the answer is no. Like, I'm looking for something that's more concrete, more direct, and clear. Like, I don't want to be guessing if someone likes me. Like, I'm not going to be able to show up, and also it's just like not a good feeling. So why would I waste my energy on something so low effort? Um, so yeah, I had a really great call with the guy, and I don't want to like get too excited or anything, but I just wanted to check in with myself and after the call too, because he seemed really excited, like he wanted to get on another call. And then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be tired. Like, maybe just do your thing. And I think that's gonna be important. And these are things that I gotta be aware of. Like, okay, if this guy is going to be really excited, wanna hang out, wanna talk all the time, I know myself and I'm gonna have to be firm with my boundaries. Like, well, I'm actually tired. Um, I really enjoy talking to you, but I wanna take some time to wind down for myself. And I think what I noticed so far was that he was patient when I was like getting on the call. And yeah, so I'm looking for like the key things are consistency, clarity, interest, like level of interest, curiosity. Is he curious about me? Which yeah, I was like checking yes on all of these areas. And that's the thing. I think a lot of women maybe fall into the trap of like checking other types of boxes, like, oh, does he have a good job? Does he get paid this much? Does he have a good car or whatever? Like, and those are like so like I would never even think about that. And especially now, like too, like after all this like digging into what I'm looking for, like that's the least of my worries. Like, yeah, if he has a job, okay. Like basic foundational stuff. Can Is he taking care of himself? Like, things like that. I think it's just like kind of basic level, but I'm not gonna be putting emphasis on like what does he look like? Is he bald? Is he whatever? Like, you know, um, and also to like with the similar interests, I think a lot of people are looking for like they need to have the same hobbies, they need to have this and that and that. And I don't think that that's necessary because if you have your own interests, like that's cool. Like, but luckily for us, it seems like we do have similarities like in our background and stuff with the wrestling and jujitsu. So that's really cool. But it's not gonna be like I'm pressuring this person to partake in it or whatever at the level that I am. Um, but yeah, so I thought it was really nice to just like check in and like, oh, so this is really a difference from like someone that's like expressing interest. But yeah, again, I do have to be a little cautious with someone that's going to be a little bit more direct and like because I can tend to like waver in my boundaries, like, well, I don't know, like, okay, so I'm just gonna have to keep that in the back of my head, like, um, being just myself and taking a minute and pausing before giving an answer if there is like a need for an answer in something, like, I don't know. Um, but yeah, I guess just going back to the friend, like that just was really painful because I just I can see it that it's not gonna work out, like, but it's got to be coming from that person. And at this point, it feels like she's just dragging it out because she's already invested a lot of money and time. And then also like the shame around like, okay, I need to move out now, like after just moving in. And um, yeah, I just hope that more and more people can just forget what anyone else is like really thinking and do things that are just in alignment with you. And if you can set rules for yourself in or guidelines, like just don't sleep with the guy. Just don't. Don't sleep with him. Don't move in with him right away. And, because then you're putting yourself in this role of like the wife or something. And I think that there are levels like where the guy I mean both parties like need to earn the trust and develop the strong foundation before they can start doing things like that. I think once you're able to figure out, like, what is this person like when they're upset, and are these things that I can tolerate when you've seen them at their worst, you know? So I think it is important to kind of, and then, you know, it doesn't even have to be like testing like that, like, but, kind of testing to see where they are with the patience and compassion that they give you. So if you do happen to be late for something, like, how are they going to react? And I mean, I wouldn't suggest like doing it like really maliciously, but if you do happen to be like notice, like, oh, I was late, like I said this, and like for me, for example, like we were just chatting on the app and then I didn't see his response, and I was like, okay, I don't know if he's gonna be on at 5:30. And so I was kind of getting ready, and then I saw that it was past 5:30, and so I gave him a call right back. Or and then I saw he texted like right as I was calling, and he's like, "Oh, it's okay. Just give me a call whenever." And it was like, "Oh, okay." He's not like pissy about it or whatever. Um, so I think that was something that just kind of stuck in my head too. Like, how is he gonna react when something isn't gonna go his way? I think that's gonna be really telling, because this is the most important part so that you don't get trapped in some sort of toxic loop. Like my friend, I think she's just dating some immature guy that's like a spoiled brat that's never going to change. And that's another thing. Like, you can drag someone to therapy or whatever, but like, you can't force the horse to drink the water, you know? I think you need to stop investing in people's potential. And that's what I was, coming to realize too with the guy I had a crush on with the breadcrumbing. It's like, okay, well, yeah, whatever I saw, like, obviously this dynamic isn't good for me. So the fact that, maybe there was potential, but it didn't play out. And that's okay. But yeah, I think we just need to get better at identifying potential versus reality, and what is the safer bet. Like, do you want to spend years of your life and energy and just peace, just throwing it away at someone's potential? Or do you want to look at someone like where they are now too? And also that's like really telling for the guy too. Like, if you're only gonna be with him if he changes himself, like he's gonna feel insecure. Like, how is a guy gonna feel okay with that? But if you're coming in and you're like, I like who you are now. Okay, well, that guy's gonna feel a lot more comfortable to be himself and to settle in. And you're not gonna be all anxious, like, will he ever change? Like, so I think we just all need a reality check, and then just accepting people for who they are. And if you like who they are, that's great. But I wouldn't bank on people changing. So that's what I got to say today. I had surgery the other day, so I'm a little tied up here. All right, but thanks for joining. If you have any comments or any insights too, I'd love to hear that. So thanks for watching.